Hey, 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 you're waking up with Craig.
Good morning and welcome back. Thursday, December 13th. I hope everybody's had a good last few days. I know I did a special episode on Tuesday. Didn't do one yesterday because of some personal things. Thank you for joining us today and welcome back. Let's get right to the morning quote. Champions keep playing until they get it right. Joe Kelly was a champion. He signed a 3-year deal with the Dodgers. What do you think about that?
I'm going to miss Joe Kelly as a Red Sox fan. Fight Club. He's a great teammate. He'll stick up for any teammate, no matter how big the opponent is, no matter what. It takes 25 guys in the MLB on a roster to win a World Series. Really, it takes 40, the whole 40-man roster. But he helped us in his ways. But I'm not going to miss him. There's better relievers out there.
Yep.
There's better talent. You can find guys like him. And you can find guys that are good teammates. So hopefully the Red Sox go make a splash in free agency, get some relievers, and I wish him the best.
I don't.
Wow.
See ya. See you later. Have fun. Go lose with the Dodgers. Screw you. I don't care about him. No. You know what this is to me? It's a stab in the back.
Oh. Business.
No. Going to any other team. There's 2 teams that you can't play for. The Yankees and the Dodgers. And I don't know which one I hate more.
Why can't you go play for the Dodgers?
Because
we don't really hate them.
I guess since Manny Machado's going to leave, I don't hate him as much anymore.
Yeah, Manny Machado's just awful.
Yeah, I just hate Manny Machado. But, I don't know. I feel like he could have signed for cheap, but I get it. You want to get yours, but
he's going to go get his money.
Enjoy second place because Red Sox are still the best.
It's like any NFL player when they hit 26, 27. They want their big contract.
Oh, we'll get into the big contracts.
MLB players, they want their 10-year contract if they're a star.
We'll get into some
because it's not guaranteed. You're a torn ACL away from not playing.
I get it.
Get your money.
But
get at least one big contract if you were to come home. It wasn't like he, grew up. Everybody loved him in Boston. He wasn't a player like that. He wasn't a big pop.
Right.
Wasn't somebody we fell in love with.
Now, talk about champions. CAA champs. Maine does it again. They beat Weber State on the road.
They're so good.
Can they beat Eastern Washington?
Yeah. I got a little scouting report from one of the players this week, and their main focus is the quarterback. The quarterback's deadly fast, they say. So I'm looking at one of the best players Maine football has to offer in Cam Whitaker at DN to contain. Contain. You got to keep that quarterback inside. Tackle's got to stay tight.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that quarterback's going to try and run on our defense, because our defense is great.
Our defense is very good.
So they're going to be able to stop, if we can stop their regular run and their pass, quarterback has one more option to scramble.
I'm hoping our guys in coverage can play well. That way we can keep a spy at linebacker or a spy on the line just to keep an eye on the QB so he can't run out. But if our corners and stuff start to get burnt, you kind of lose that guy. And that's what they said on ESPN is that they've lost some guys this year on the outside, so they had to send extra help, and then that's where that quarterback gets loose. So if we can contain on the outside with the corners and safeties and do their job, it gives us extra room on the inside.
We do have great tacklers, though, especially at the line.
We do. And we have good open field tacklers. Now, Maine versus Weber State was a good game.
It was a great game. I knew it would be a defensive battle. I don't remember what I predicted for a score, but it was something close to what it was.
Monday night was not a good game.
Not if you're a Vikings fan.
Vikings-Seattle.
You happen to be a Vikings fan, don't you?
I am.
You are a Vikings
fan. And you know what? I'll start this one off. It's a joke. It's an absolute embarrassment. It's a joke. Kirk Cousins, you can fly back to wherever you came from. I don't care anymore. That's how upset I am.
He played for Washington.
He has not beaten a team this year over 500. He has not won a big game. The Packers game is not a big game. The Packers are a joke. They're a joke. So I won't even get into that today. So beating them has meant nothing to me. It's mind-blowing. You put up 7 points, and you did it because the Seahawks were just playing prevent.
Prevent all the way down the field.
And the play calling is one thing. The play calling was awful this year. Our OC didn't call one trick play all year.
It's quite sad when you have Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
Treadwell.
So he gets fired. We have a new OC this week. Kevin Stefanski is going to be the OC. He was the quarterback coach. Let's see what he does. Because I'm telling you, if one more time, I see Kirk Cousins on 3rd and 1, roll out and just throw it away, I'm going to lose my mind.
I try telling you Kirk Cousins is not worth the money.
The guys, we have more talent on our roster than half of the league.
Yep.
Dalvin Cook and Latavius Murray is a good 1-2 punch.
Yep.
Diggs and Thielen are 2 very good receivers. And Laquan Treadwell is actually not the worst 3rd receiver. Kyle Rudolph is a decent tight end. Like, he does his job.
Yeah.
And Kirk Cousins can throw the ball around. Yet you can't put up more than 7 points.
It's quite sad.
Their defense scored as much as we did on offense.
That's not going to win you any games.
Kirk Cousins has 7 fumbles this year for turnovers.
That's awful.
Case Keenum had 1 turnover.
Yeah. Case Keenum was a
Do I think that Kirk Cousins can win you a big game? Yes. I don't think Case can really win you that big game. But Kirk Cousins is finding a lot of ways to lose games. He really is. He's doing a great job at it.
Are you worried as a Vikings fan right now?
I'm not
For
entirely
this year's playoff.
I'm not entirely sure I want to make the playoffs right now.
Don't think you can make any noise.
That's the thing. A lot of people say you get in and anything can happen. And you're right. The teams that are on a hot streak, those are the teams that make something happen. If you start out hot and you just fail towards the end and your record was good enough and you make it in, a lot of times you don't do anything.
Yeah.
If we win these next 3 and we beat the Bears and stuff, like if we have some confidence going in, sure, I'd love to make the playoffs and see what happens. But do I think we could beat any of the 5 teams right now ahead of us in the playoffs? Absolutely not.
Are you worried if you lose to the Dolphins this week? Fall to 6-7.
It's over.
You want it? It's done.
It's done.
Don't try to get into 8-7.
If you lose, we've already lost to the Bills at home this season, and then we turned it around a little bit and won like 3 straight, so I was fine with that. But if you lose to the Dolphins at home, you let another one happen, everyone's job is up for grabs. Everyone. Kirk's job, I don't care that he's there for three years. Don't care. Zimmer, your job is up for grabs.
Thielen's job.
Okay.
It's his job up for grabs too.
No.
Treadwell's job.
But there's going to be some major talk. And our O-line is terrible. Rick Spielman at GM needs to get something done about that because the O-line we have is a joke. It's a bunch of garbage.
I don't even want to hear it.
What did you see from the Vikings?
I saw an awful team. I saw a team that was playing over their heads early. I saw Kirk Cousins as an average quarterback. Above it. I'd say above average. But not like a low tier 2, high tier 3 in fantasy, if you want to think of it that way. But the Vikings have the pieces. They can be successful. Dalvin Cook was hurt. Having him back is huge. But 7 points and your 1 score is when they're playing quarter prevent. That's wild. Maybe this OC will give you some new life, but there's bigger problems than the play calling.
Yep, I agree.
You could score. Kirk Cousins can make plays. He hasn't. A switch better flip soon because he's running out of time.
I do want to bring something up though, and I saw this the other day. Someone brought it to my attention. Kirk Cousins is getting all this crap because he was brought here to win the big game, and he hasn't done so this year. He hasn't played great, obviously, but he has shown at times. He went shot for shot with Aaron Rodgers in week 2. Like, he's done some good things. Yeah. When do we start blaming Aaron Rodgers?
It's got to be soon.
Because I get it. Kirk took $84 million. He took a lot of money. And yet his record right now is still better than Rodgers. And I hear all this hoopla about how Rodgers doesn't have the people around him. Rodgers doesn't have this. McTubby's a bad coach. Devontae Adams is talked about as one of the top 10 receivers in the league. Aaron Jones is talking about this resurged running back. These wide receivers that are young, I hear, are really good. Their defense this year is playing better. When is Rodgers going to get some blame?
It's time. If they, if they have a big test against the Bears this week. I think if they they lose by, 9 or more 2 possessions, you got to start blaming Rodgers because it's not like he's doing so much and you're like, oh wow, they're still losing. He's not even doing, Rodgers-like things. He's not even playing like a top 5 quarterback in the league. And he's talked about by many people, top 2 or 3.
And I saw the stat that Brady has thrown 23 touchdowns and 8 picks. Rodgers has thrown 23 touchdowns and 1 interception. That's great. I don't care if you're not winning games. I really don't. There's times where Brady will try to make a play and he throws a pick. It happens. Rodgers will just throw it out of bounds on 3rd and 2 instead of trying to take a shot, and now you have to punt. Brady once in a while will throw a pick on that, but a lot of times he makes the play and you win the game. So I'm all for Kirk Cousins getting blamed because he deserves it. He has not played well at all. But Rodgers is 5-7-1. Kirk beat Rodgers.
Right.
Tied him in Lambeau when that should never have happened.
You'd think Rodgers could beat the Cardinals by himself, no matter the play calling, no matter his receivers. No
And
matter
there's all this crap about how the Vikings lost to the Bills, and that was a joke. The Cardinals are not much better than the Bills, if better.
No.
So it's time. It's time.
I'm really excited for this week in the NFL. I cannot wait for tonight.
Yep.
I cannot wait. There's 2 Saturday games.
Yep.
And I really can't wait for Sunday.
Sunday will be fun. What are your top 5 NFL teams right now?
Chiefs are number 1.
Yep.
Just because the Saints have sloped off a little and the Rams put up 6 points.
I'll go Chiefs at 1.
I'm gonna go with Saints. I think they're not. They won last week. They found a way to win against the Bucs in the end. I think they're a little better overall than the Rams. I think they can beat the Rams in a playoff matchup. So I'm gonna go Saints 2, Rams 3.
I'll go Saints 2.
Yeah, Rams 3.
I'll go Chargers 3.
That is bold.
I really
That's bold.
do believe in this Chargers team. I really do.
Tonight will be a huge test. for
It
the
will be.
Chargers. Even if they lose by 3, I'll be very impressed.
Who do you have it for?
The Bears. The Bears defense reminds me of that Denver Broncos defense. Not specifically player for player, but that they are 2 steps ahead of other defenses in the NFL. There's nobody that I can compare to them. There's nobody that's as good as them. They have the running backs. They have Jordan Howard matched with Tariq Cohen.
Yep.
That is a perfect 2-headed monster at running back. They
I
have
also
Allen
have the Bears.
Robinson. Allen Robinson is a good receiver.
Yep.
Um,
Gabriel's fast.
Gabriel's fast, and Miller's a decent.
He's actually coming along, and Trey Burton's a good tight end.
Yep. So Trubisky has to take care of the ball.
Yep.
And I think that defense is so good that he doesn't have to go make many.
No, he doesn't.
have to go make. He can.
They
He
won't
has
be
the-
down in a lot of
He
games.
has the ability to go make plays. Doesn't have to. Won't take a lot of big chances. Like Peyton Manning didn't have to in that last playoff run before he retired.
And this is
The
one thing.
Bears are scary to me because they can hold. They prove they can hold any offense.
And I said it.
Small amount of points.
I said that I thought the Bears matched up well with the Rams. And I get they're going to have to go to L.A., but
Still, Bears are
defense travels. And as much as we give credit to Doug Peterson for what he did last year, to Sean McVay, Matt Nagy deserves some credit.
Yeah.
Because what he has done with that Bears team, and I mean, he's going for 2 every game. Like, he's literally just putting it out there and going for it. And to round out my top 5, the Rams. The Rams are my 5th. The Rams are my 5th.
I have to go with the New England Patriots at 5.
Mhm.
Not because
They're my
lost.
6.
They
They're my
lost
6.
to Miami, but that's a
Yeah.
fluke. That you won't see that for the next.
Who just missed your
2
top
years.
5?
Just 2 teams just missed my top 5. The Chargers.
Yep.
And the Texans.
What do you have the Cowboys? Next in line?
Yes. Because they're playing so hot right now, they have to be considered top 7 or 8. And they might have gotten hot maybe a little too soon. We'll find out in the next couple
This
of
is
weeks.
my biggest concern about the Cowboys.
They'll play Seattle, probably.
They can hold a lead. They can keep a game close.
Can't go get a lead.
I don't think they can come back and win a game. And that's really my concern. Because the Rams can sling it. The Chiefs can sling it. The Chargers can sling it. The Saints can sling it. The Bears can even sling it. The Patriots, the Texans. Dak Prescott cannot sling it. If you're up 14, oh my God, you're going to win the game. Zeke is going to run out the clock. But you're coming in 0-0. And yes, their defense is good. Also, I don't think they're great on the road.
Like I said, it's not that 2 steps ahead like the Bears is. It's not a defense that I say, wow, it doesn't really matter who they play.
Yeah.
Like, they could still get slung on by anybody. I
Right.
don't think anybody's going to throw up 35 points on the Bears
No.
defense. Unless everybody gets hurt. Like, literally all 11. I don't think the Bears defense is nasty. I'm excited to watch them in the playoffs.
Me
they
too.
don't make the playoffs very often, at least of late. I know they were really good back in
Now,
1870, but
we have the Rams, or the Saints are number 1.
Yeah.
Rams are 2.
Bears are 3.
Bears are 3.
Cowboys.
Cowboys 4. Saints are 5. Vikings are 6.
6, 6-1. At 6.5 and 6.5. 3 to play.
Who's the biggest threat to them?
You know who my biggest threat is, and it's becoming more and more. It's becoming more and more likely every week.
Before we get to it,
very likely.
Before we get to it, I want to go to the other teams.
So it's going okay. Well, yeah, we'll talk about the other teams.
The Packers, I think, are out because I think they're going to lose to the Bears at Chicago.
I also think they will lose at Chicago. And 5-8-1. You can go 7-8-1. You're not making playoffs.
Yep. The Eagles are 6-7, and they have the Rams. So you get
they no longer. I don't know if you saw this. No longer have Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Nick Foles is quarterback. So you get another loss. You're at 8 losses. Best can go is 8-8.
Foles is good. Foles is not ready yet this season. He hasn't got enough game reps, and I know he's not going to forget everything about game. But the first game you come back this season to start, or at least in like 10 weeks, the Rams off a loss, they're going to come firing. You're going to have 8 losses. You're done.
The Panthers have to play the Saints twice and Atlanta once.
7-9 at best.
Yeah, so I mean, even they lose one more. There's 8 losses. You're out.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is assuming the Vikings can go 2-1, which they have a good.
So the Vikings beat the Dolphins. Now they just got to beat the Lions on the load, which isn't a gimme. But and then you get the Bears. At least it's at home. Week 17, everything.
The thing is, you don't win one of those games, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Right.
You're not a playoff team, so be it.
And I know you think the Giants have a shot.
Redskins don't have a shot.
And that was the other team, the Redskins. I don't think they're not getting in either. So, by the odds, I think the Vikings still have the best chance.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just think the Giants are going to win versus the Titans. Odell's back. Odell got the rest he needed and turned out to be great because we blew out the Redskins without Odell. So there was no need to have him there. He's healthy. I think we can beat Tennessee at home. It seems like every other game Tennessee shows up to play.
Yeah.
Or Mariota shows up to play. They showed up last week. They're not showing up this week. The Giants in Week 17 can play the Cowboys. And I think at best the Cowboys have their starters for the first half.
Yep, because they probably can't.
Because I think they won't be able to move up or down. They'll be resting in the second half, make sure no one gets hurt. And I think if the Giants are fighting for a playoff spot Week 17, they're going to give it their all. They're going to win in Week 17. My biggest concern is Week 16 at Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
That's another team.
Because they have something to play for, too.
That's another team you can catch on a good week.
Yep.
And they
can put up 40 and then they can put up 0. Yeah.
I'm just hoping we come and play we got to play our best week. We got to play our best the next 3 weeks. We got to play our best in Week 16 for sure.
And I think, the Giants is coming more real and real. And I don't know if it's going to happen, but some of the odds are better than some of the other NFC teams I'm looking at. Now, a lot of the teams in the playoffs or in the playoff hunt have been hungry this year. Switching over to the NBA, are the Warriors satisfied? Are they just, you know what, we're this good and that's just where it's going to be?
I think they're definitely satisfied on the fact that, they've been hurt. So remember that. When you look at their standing, like their record, don't say, maybe they're just taking it. No, they've been hurt. But even with their full team.
They've had some guys with.
No Kawhi Leonard for the Raptors last night.
It was a joke.
They lost by 20.
It was a joke.
I think they are satisfied with the regular season. But I think, hopefully if you're a Warriors fan, if there's actually Warriors fans out there, not bandwagons, you get this team to play hard the final month.
Yeah.
If you're Steve Kerr. And hopefully they get it together. Because my fear for them is they've taken it so easy and so satisfied, they can't get into killer mode in time for the playoffs.
And you know
Not that, and right now, they're like middle of the pack in the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs. You don't want to get caught playing like a Pelicans in this,
Yeah.
someone that can beat you. And they have to adapt to Boogie. Maybe they're just taking it easy till Boogie comes back, then they can really work their offense. But I don't think Boogie's going to help as much as people think. I think their team is so shooting based.
Yep.
That Boogie's going to take touches away, a little bit of touches from everybody.
You know what we're going to learn soon? Although there's been a lot of talk how great of a coach Steve Kerr is. We're finally going to see how good of a coach he is. Because Brad Stevens, like last year and stuff, without Hayward and without Kyrie at times, we learned even more about him.
He is one of the greatest.
That he's one of the
greatest of all time.
One of the best coaches because he just got his troops to rally and he used them in such a great way. And he is such a great after timeout caller. It's unbelievable the plays
I'm
he
so
draws
thankful as a Celtics fan for Brad Stevens.
And what we're gonna learn, there's gonna be close games. There really are, and there's gonna be tight series for the first time with the Warriors, I believe, and we're going to learn what Steve Kerr has in him. You made a comment to me, though. We'll start with this. Is Steph Curry a top 10 player of all time?
To me, it's quite debatable. Maybe he just hasn't played long enough for me to say, yeah, he's top 10. Maybe I don't know if he's going to keep this up. I want to see what else he does without a super team as well.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Like, seeing you with a bunch of seeing you on the All-Star team, I'm not impressed.
I get it.
I'm impressed. Sorry, that's a mistake. I am very impressed with Steph Curry. Top 10 of all time as a basketball player, as an NBA player. I think he, right now, is inside that top 10, but I don't think he's anywhere near the top. I think he's in the bottom section of that top 10.
You said something to me last night, and I need to ask you if you were serious.
I'll say it on the show. I am serious.
You told me LaMelo Ball is going to be better than Steph Curry. Are you, can you just tell them that you were joking?
I can't, because then I would be lying. LaMelo Ball will be as good, if not better, than Steph Curry. And I'm going to tell you why. See, I have these takes, these genius takes, and then I don't get taken seriously by you sometimes. And the Giants are still in the playoff hunt. And I've said that weeks ago. Anyway, LaMelo Ball is 17. Maybe 6. Yeah, he's 17. He can shoot like Curry. Maybe not right now, as the percentages won't be the same. But the range, unlimited. Like Trae Young, unlimited. He is so much better now than Steph Curry as a passer. He has better court vision right now than Steph Curry. The passing, he knows where everyone is. He can run a running gun offense like nobody else. He can feed the bigs down low, or he can find the open man on the wing. And he can finish. He can, draw defenders with his fake passes and finish strong. He can dunk. He can dunk with ease at 17. And he's not a big man. LaMelo Ball, to me, will go down as one of the greats in NBA history. My grandkids will say, oh my God, you got to watch LaMelo Ball? Yes, grandkids, I got to watch Lonzo, LiAngelo, and LaMelo Ball play basketball.
All right. Let's start with this. LiAngelo is god-awful.
You didn't watch their European games, you don't watch their JVA games.
I watched the NBA.
And that's worse basketball in college, I might add you.
If LiAngelo was good enough, he would be there.
He will get on a G League team soon.
NBA, National Basketball
He will
Association.
eventually go into the NBA.
He will never be good in the NBA.
He will make it to the NBA.
Okay, make it, but he won't be good. If he makes it.
LiAngelo would be... LiAngelo, well, you're good at basketball if you make it to the NBA.
I'd be shocked if he made it to the NBA.
We are the farthest thing from the NBA. We have no right to tell LiAngelo Ball he's not good at basketball.
I do. I've seen him. He's not good. Lonzo is average. Average.
You do not watch Laker games like I do.
He has played better this year. He has shot better.
He is a great true point guard. And there's no respect for true point guards anymore. Clearly out of you.
That's not true. I respect true point guards.
Really?
But you're right. We don't have a lot of them anymore. Tony Parker, that was a true point guard. Steve Nash, that was a true point guard. He will never be in that category.
I can't believe that.
You're telling me one day I will say Steve Nash and you will think Lonzo Ball.
They'll be comparable. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Steve Nash, but you're going to say, wow, Lonzo Ball was a great true point guard in a league that doesn't have many true point guards anymore. Chris Paul's a true point guard.
Chris Paul's twice the player Lonzo.
Rajon Rondo, true point guard.
Rondo was great in his prime. He's actually not that bad now.
No, he's a great backup option because he's kind of like Lonzo in a way.
Oh,
Lonzo isn't as experienced.
But
as Rondo.
back to LaMelo.
But
why? Come on.
I see young talent. You can't compare them now. That's ridiculous. But I'm saying, by the time he is Steph Curry's age now, there will be comparisons. Not relatively close comparisons.
LaMelo Ball will never be a top 50 of all time Steph Curry is a top 10 of all time.
You talk this show. I'll be right back. You just tell him I'm crazy or something. I'll be right back.
Lonzo, LiAngelo, Lamelo. LiAngelo is garbage. Let's get that out there. He is not good. Lonzo is not a very good shooter. He shoots like Markelle Fultz. But
That's wild.
Markelle Fultz.
LaMelo is, I don't know.
The big baller brand, baby.
Oh, no.
That's what it's all about. I have so much faith in these ball boys. I have so much faith in LeVar. I have so much faith in LeVar as a man more than anything, and that is the most important.
Why?
I'm not going to go too far with this big baller brand thing because I
Why?
can idolize them forever. But the way he has so much respect and so much patience,
He's an
he's
idiot.
getting Tina
LeVar
Ball.
is a
This is
moron.
important.
He's a
This is
moron.
important. This has nothing to do
He's
with
so
basketball.
dumb.
This has nothing
His
to do with
marketing is genius. But some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth
Must have been a business
is
major.
so stupid.
Are you done?
It's
Are you done?
idiocy.
I'm just going to tell a quick story, and then we can move on to something else before you blow a gasket. LeVar Ball takes better care of his wife than a majority of men in America. Tina Ball suffered a stroke a year and a half ago. Tina Ball was almost paralyzed on half her body. He has been there every step of the way to help her rehab. He has been in the pool with her. They live a great life. They have great help. He has been in the pool helping her walk. I've just watched her through their show and just through social media, how much better she's gotten. And he is always there saying, the right amount of encouraging and the right amount of pushing forward. The most important thing about that family is that they are a good family. Second most important thing is that they're going to be all great at basketball.
I'm going to start with the first thing. I'm not taking away from the things that LeVar has done for his family. What he has done for his wife is amazing. I've seen videos. Yes, he has done very good things for her and a lot, great for him. And
Great
actually,
family.
but taking, Lamelo out of school?
Lamelo out of high school, LiAngelo out of college.
Taking, the college one isn't as bad to me, but taking Lamelo out of high school, I have an issue. I don't, being around kids and being able to socialize and learn is one of the things that we need in life. That's why so many people go to school. And I have nothing wrong with homeschooling. I don't like how he did it.
Well, I can tell you, I agree with you a little bit.
Crapping on the high school coach is not what I would see as a good person would do.
I mean, his eyes are, my boy isn't going to high school to learn. That early saying LaMelo Ball our goal is to go to the NBA.
And I get that, but how he did it was wrong.
And he did that thing. He was expecting a bunch of Trump was expecting a bunch of thank yous, and LeVar handled that probably poorly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll agree with you on that. What he should have done is took LaMelo out, homeschool him, and then take him to Europe. He should have brought him to a better high school, a known basketball academy for high school.
I would have been okay with that.
I would have been much more okay with that. But he's doing what he sees as the best way to get them to the NBA. I have a hard time. We can criticize him all we want. I have a hard time saying, no, LeVar, that's not how you parent. Because he's doing what he thinks is best, and that's what all parents are trying to do.
And I get that. And I'm not going to take away from what he's done with his wife, because that, hats off to him. Even some of the things I question as him as a father, that's his opinion, that's how he runs his family, that's fine. Some of the comments, though, that he has said are whack.
He's a marketer. Most of that is marketing, is putting his face. Everybody wants to call him, get
one-on-one with Michael
money.
Jordan, who would win?
Michael probably.
No, don't take probably out of your sentence.
9 times out of 10 will win. I'm sure LeVar can find a way to win once.
No, I don't think so.
In their primes?
There's no prime for LeVar.
I said that, and then it came out of my mouth. and I heard it.
You're acting like he had this great career.
I was more or less thinking LeVar in his prime, Michael now. Like, yeah, obviously they're primes. I'm saying anything can happen. The Giants can make the playoffs. Anything can happen.
No. Okay, we're going to move on. We'll do this another day. Big game tonight. We'll close out the show with this. And one more thing, actually. Chargers at Chiefs. Who do you got and why?
Who's at home? You know?
Chiefs at home.
I have the Chiefs at home. It's going to be a 3-point game. I think Mahomes, they almost lost. They almost lost last week. I think they come out with more fire. It's a huge division game, which means anything can happen. Tyreek Hill is so explosive.
Mm-hmm.
This Chargers defense is improved from these past couple.
Pretty good
of years.
Chargers defense, actually.
They have playmakers on offense. They could be without both Melvin Gordon and Eckler.
Mm-hmm.
They need their running game. I don't know how these backups are going to do. Phillip Rivers loves to sling it, but can't go beat the Chiefs by himself. And I think you're going to need a productive run game to match your pass game. And I just think the Chiefs have the advantage tonight. Might be a different story in the playoffs.
This is the biggest game of Phillip Rivers' career.
That's hot.
This game, regular season.
Okay.
Regular season. Just because if you win this game, I saw like the rest of their schedule. It's not super tough. They can be the number one. Like they can have home field advantage.
Yeah.
That's
huge.
That's how big this game is. And Phillip Rivers' thing has been all along that he can't beat the big quarterback, or he can't beat that top team.
Can't beat Brady.
Mahomes is a top 10 quarterback right now.
Couldn't beat Peyton.
Like this is, I'm not saying Mahomes is one of the greats or whatever, but he's a top 10 this year.
Right.
And I think this is a huge game for Rivers.
Yeah.
Chargers by 6, win in OT.
Okay.
And also, going on in that, my breakout star is Phillip Rivers. Because I think without those running backs and stuff, he's going to have to do it himself. And if he can do it himself tonight, the Chargers are for real.
My breakout star is, as a collective unit, the run game for Kansas City. Because Kansas City can put up points in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
But what if they want to change tempo?
If they get up.
Because Chargers love to sling it too, score fast.
Yeah.
I want to see them take some time on the clock, take 5-6 minutes, score a touchdown.
Because in the playoffs,
that's
you're
quite
going to have to do
demoralizing.
that.
Yeah, that's quite demoralizing to a Chargers team. I also want to see the return of the return of whoever's returning for the Chiefs.
Now, the top 5 is basically, it's almost set. Although not quite.
In the AFC.
In the AFC. Chiefs are 1. Pats are 2. Texans are 3. Steelers are 4. Chargers are 5. The only one that could really change, the Ravens are 7-6. And the Steelers are 7-5-1. So, Ravens might pass them. Whatever. Who do you think gets that last spot? There's 4 7-6 teams. I have the Ravens, the Colts, the Dolphins, the Titans.
Now, hold on when I say this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not that blasphemous because they're all 7-6. They all get a chance. Dolphins are getting the 6th seed.
And you know what?
You agree with me?
I agree.
Because I think the Ravens are winning the division. I don't think the Steelers are making the playoffs. I think the Steelers play New England this week.
Yep. 7-6-1.
Yep. And they have another tough game coming up.
I think they have to play.
We'll get back on that tomorrow. We
Yeah.
can talk a little more on the NFL. I know they have another tough game. I know that I was looking through and I saw them going 8-7-1, where I see the Ravens going 9-7. Ravens half a game ahead of the Steelers, take the division. Dolphins, after at Vikings, they host the Jaguars, and that shouldn't even be a game. Jaguars need to go away. They're not even a real team. Then they play at the Bills, and if they need a win, they're gonna go beat the Bills.
I know.
Right there, that's 2 more wins. They have 2 wins right there. If they can find an upset against the Vikings, Kenyon Drake is gonna showboat his way right into the playoffs.
All right, so put down. You got them at 9-7. Okay, continue
And
on.
I have the Ravens at 9-7. They're gonna beat Tampa Bay.
Okay.
They're gonna lose at Chargers. They're gonna win a big game at home.
I think that Cleveland game will be a good game.
Cleveland will be a good game. I think they get the win because they need it.
Okay.
Here's
So I have the Steelers. So you have the Steelers losing this week against the Pats, 7-6-1.
They go to the Saints.
They go to the Saints.
Oh my God! I'm writing them off right now. They're done. Goodbye.
And so that's
Le'Veon Bell
7-1,
laugh.
and then you beat the Bengals probably week 17 at home, 8-7-1. I don't think there's a chance you beat the Saints in New Orleans. Your best shot. You need to win this week.
They're in New England.
No, it's home. It's at home, so you need to win this one.
I still don't think they will.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think they're.
So then you look at the other two teams. So I have Ravens and Dolphins at 9-7. Ravens winning the division. Dolphins winning that wild card. Colts play Dallas. Dallas is still fighting right now. Dallas is hot. A loss. You go with my theory, and I actually think they're gonna lose this game because they're gonna suffer from that loss to Dallas. They're gonna lose to the Giants. Then they're gonna have a big game against the Titans, I guess, if you want to call it a big game. Titans are gonna lose this week. Probably gonna win. It's gonna be a big game for the Titans after they win against the Redskins.
Yeah.
They're gonna need a win, and I actually think the Colts play spoiler because they're mad they played out of their playoff chances. Andrew Luck, go give us one more show. Try to give
I will say
bid for an MVP. Not gonna get
a
it.
team that I think people are sleeping on that really could do it. And shout out to Derek Haskell here. I think they might lose at Giants. That's on the road. But then you got Redskins at home, which is a win. And I think they really can beat the Colts. And that would go to 9-7, and I don't know what the tiebreaker right now would be for Dolphins-Titans. I think the Titans really do have a shot.
Yeah.
And if it comes down to a common opponent, that would be interesting since the Dolphins just had a big win against the Patriots, and the Titans beat the Patriots. So Titans thought they would have that one over the Dolphins. The Dolphins really shocked us.
That'll be interesting. I'm so excited for Week 15. And then I know I'll be so excited for Week 16. That'll be Week 17. Oh my God.
Playoffs are coming fast.
We are 3 NFL weeks away from playoffs.
You know what that means?
Giants football.
Pretty soon it's going to be Black Monday, and some head coaches are going to be out there.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. And tomorrow we're actually going to have a segment on the hot seat coaches.
We'll talk about hot seats.
And we'll see who's gone and who's not.
A lot of NFL tomorrow. I got to give one
Go
shout
ahead.
out to the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
They won 7 straight. Brad Stevens figured it out. I knew he'd figure it out. I was getting a little worried when you're 20 games in and you're 10-10, but 17-10 now and not looking back. Marcus Smart is the key to the Boston Celtics being a NBA Finals potential.
And
high potential.
we have a huge show tomorrow. We're going to play another game tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we tied the last game.
We did.
I picked that Bears upset. I grabbed the Bears.
And
I won the Bears.
Big surprise on Monday.
So smart. Big surprise.
Nick Bates will be joining the show.
Nicholas Bates.
He is coming up. He is going to be joining the show and give us a little insight on how legit Texas Tech
From
is.
Texas Tech all the way.
So, thank you for listening. Have a safe drive to work today. If you haven't seen the episode 21 had an important message. Please check it out. Leave a reply. And also on Twitter, Waking Up with Craig. Please subscribe below. Have a safe drive to work today. And please join us tomorrow to break down the weekend. Thank you for listening, and keep on rolling.